What's up, Sagittarius? How are y'all doing? It's bonus time. Time for your May 2025 bonus reading. So, we're going to jump right into this. For those of you in need of a personal reading, you can find all the information you need on how to go about doing that right down here in the description of this video. And don't forget, y'all, we got one more day, and my course on the steps to true healing is going bye-bye. One more day. And May 1st, it's going bye-bye. So the link for that is in the description as well. Was there something else? It seemed like there was something else. I just don't remember what it was. Anyway, let's jump into this. If I think about it, I'll let you know. All right. Starting these off with general messages. So, hang on a second. I got to close my window. General, career, finance, friends, family, anything but romance for Sagittarius. What are the general messages for Sagittarius universe? Oh, 10 of Cups reversed. Magician reversed. Okay. All right. So, remember, this is not romance. This is general. So, it kind of looks like somebody you fell out with in the past is contemplating breaking the silence. Now, the first thing I look at in the general spread, if it's involving a person, is it friend or family? And at the end of the day, it's whoever the first person is that comes to mind when I say this. But I do have some family energy in here. So some of y'all may have fallen out with a family member possibly. Doesn't have to be, but yeah, I think they are contemplating breaking the silence and seeing if y'all can be cool again. The 2 of Wands there, though, and well, we got the 4 of Pentacles here too. You know, so it doesn't really look like they're coming forward, but they're contemplating it. They're too afraid to come forward. Now, for those of you dealing with a family member you fell out with, I'm kind of inclined to believe this probably isn't the first time you've done this with this person, is it? It can be for some of you. You just tend to see on and off shit way more with family. Maybe what they're doing is waiting to see if you're letting your guard down. You know? I don't know. But it is saying that they're still a little bit nervous. A little bit too scared to come forward. Let me get some of this Palo Santo in the air, man. All right. Well, that's about all I can get out of this. Well, oh, by the way, let me go ahead and say this. With the King of Swords and the Magician both reversed, if they did come forward, I don't know if I would be so quick to just jump in and bury the hatchet and wipe the slate clean like nothing happened. I don't know about all that. I'm not saying don't reconnect with somebody who decides to come back, but you might want to be cautious and watch them because I don't know. They still may have some shitty tendencies, you know. Okay, well, let's just get some general advice. That was boring, honestly. I didn't even like that. That was boring. But that's what came through, so let's get some general advice for Sagittarius. General advice about anything. This situation, anything. General advice, Hermit reversed. So don't isolate yourself during May. I don't know why I'm being told to tell you that. Maybe some of you might end up feeling like you're in a bit of a funky mood and you want to just kind of go isolate and be away from people. And for some reason it's saying don't do that. Or at least if you do, be careful about it. Hang on, let me see. Yeah, don't, like, if you're going to isolate, that's fine. That's totally fine. Just don't, like, flake on nobody, you know? Don't flake on nobody. If you, like, say, for example, you told your friends you was going to come to the party, you know, and you were all excited when you said it. And then the day before the party, you're like, nah, I'm not even fucking feeling it anymore. I don't even feel like it. I was excited in the moment, but now I'm bored with it. Then communicate that, okay? Communicate that. Now, y'all know, right? Y'all know you're my favorite sign, right? You know, I'm happily married to a Sagittarius who is my divine life partner. But when I take a look back in my past, every Sagittarius I've ever befriended has always done this one fucking thing. They make plans and then ditch on their own fucking plans. Every single person that has ever done that to me has been a Sagittarius. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? You're the one that made these plans. What are you doing? You know? So communicate. Just isolate if you have to. That's fine. Just don't do it randomly. Don't just flake on somebody without telling them. Be honest. Explain yourself. Yo, I really just ain't feeling it, so I probably ain't gonna be able to show up. I'm not feeling it, so I think I'm just gonna stay home tonight. You know? Be communicative. Is that a word? Communicative is now a word. All right. Another weird fucking message. I didn't like that either. Whatever. Hopefully somebody needed to hear that. All right. Okie dokie. What am I doing next? What's the love? Oh, yeah. The new person. That's right. New person. Let's see what's happening between Sagittarius and the person they just recently connected with. How are things looking between Sagittarius and the new person in May? Universe. Uh-oh. Who got their guard up? Somebody got their guard up. Somebody got their guard up. I think both of y'all kind of got your guards up. But look, we got the 10 of Cups right here in the heart of the spread. So I do think this is supposed to be a long-term soul contract. And you catching feelings. But you maybe, are the feelings you're catching kind of scaring you a little bit? Maybe you're trying to keep your feelings under control. And you're having a hard time doing that. And that freaks you out. You don't know any other way to control your feelings. So you throw your guard up. And hey, that's cool because, I mean, I think this person's kind of closed off and a little bit guarded too. Y'all are both a little bit jaded, honestly. Some of you dealing with an Aquarius possibly. But I'm getting a lot of energy of being jaded. I don't know whose energy that is, but, you know, just been there, done that, bought the beer koozie and the t-shirt. Smelled that bullshit before, heard that lie, played that game. You know, like, are you at least going to play a creative fucking game? I done heard every goddamn lie, every excuse, had every game run on me in the book. Are you at least going to play a creative fucking game? Do something new, you know? Like, really jaded, you know? I think you'll be surprised to find out, though, that this is a whole new cycle. This is a new cycle. All that bullshit is going bye-bye. You learned all your lessons. You've been handed all the wisdom and knowledge that you need to integrate into this new cycle to actually level up to the next level and experience something different. Yup. All right, well, let's see how they feel about you. New person Sagittarius is dealing with. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Page of Pentacles reversed. Could be an earth sign for some of you. Oh, Nine of Swords reversed. Okay. Five of Swords reversed. Okay. Well, like I said, look, see? New cycle. They are guarded. They want to talk to you and get to know you a little bit. They want to take things slow. One thing that this person does notice is that intuitively, they don't feel nearly as nervous and uneasy around you as they normally do when they meet somebody new. And I think they kind of notice that. You know, normally when they meet somebody new, they're fucking, you know, just shook to the core because of all the bullshit they've been through. But for some reason, they don't feel that with you. Honestly, I think you are unlike anybody they've ever dealt with before. I would go as far as to say that. So, I think they are ready to find their person and settle down. They are. They're trying to hold on to hope. You know? But they're having a hard time because there's so many fucking bullshitters out there. You know? Liars, manipulators, flaky ass people. There's loyalty is so hard to find in today's day and age, you know? So it's like this is their last hope, you know? So it could be a Scorpio for some of you. Also have Gemini here. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. Ooh, they all about their money too, by the way. They all about their work, their finance, and their money. Well, let's see how it plays out for the next 60 days. From May to July. How's it playing out? What's the outcome from May to July? Nobody's walking away. You ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Boom. Yeah, see, Fool card, Death card reversed. See, you ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. Quit your tripping. But there's the Star card reversed again. I don't know. I think by summertime, I'm not saying that you're going to be convinced that they are the one, but you'll feel confident enough to let your guard down and go ahead and take things to the next level. Y'all be taking things to the next level in the next 60 days. So it's not moving too slow. It's not moving too fast. It's kind of in the middle somewhere. Still a little bit of jadedness in here. A little bit. So it's like you're still kind of trying to, you don't want to let your guard all the way down. You're letting it down for the most part. But you're still trying to keep in mind that at any given time, somebody can turn on you, you know. But I think this is going to be long term. I think so. It's supposed to be at least. That's the soul contract. So if it's not long term, it officially turns into a karmic contract. Unless you cut it, transmute it, or release it. But I don't feel like talking about that tonight. There's no point. Let's don't get ahead of ourselves. Let's get the advice. What's the advice for Sagittarius with the new person? What's the advice? 10 of Wands reversed. So don't be afraid to open up and be vulnerable. You know, we all got our shit we're going through. We all got stuff that we're bottling up. We all got things that we're dealing with. Don't be afraid to burden this person. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to have to open up and be vulnerable with each other. You know? You're not a burden to them. I think they want you to let them in anyways. Relax. And I knew this was going to come out. It came out in the last spread too, but it wasn't in the advice, so I didn't say anything about it. Make sure you focus on the friendship aspect of the connection. And I know you will. Most fire signs don't have a problem with that. But sometimes it can be easy in the beginning to neglect forming an actual friendship. You know, that's important, y'all. I'm going to tell you what, right goddamn now, that's important. When all of those crazy, heavy, new feelings that you have when you first get with somebody and all that wears off and you all get comfortable with each other, you get used to each other, you know, you're no longer mesmerized by each other. That day is coming. Then what do you got? Y'all better be best fucking friends. You better be. Because if you're not, promise you. And don't try to control shit that you have no control of. Don't try to control shit you have no control of. That's simple. I could sit and list off things all night, you know, that people try to control that they have no control of. See, here's the thing. Once you really start tapping into divine energy and you start trusting the universe, which is a lot harder than it sounds, you start realizing that not only do you not even fucking have the control you thought you did, but you don't want it or need it. So you can't control how somebody feels. You can't control how somebody perceives things. You can't control somebody's beliefs. You can't control somebody's morals, their values. You know, you just got to you know what my favorite philosophy is to go by in life? Let people do whatever the fuck they want. Let them do what they want. If you let them do whatever they want, I promise you they will show you what they want. And when they show you, believe them. All right. Let's see who's coming in next for the singles. Who coming in next for the single Saggies? Oh, shit. What's that all about? Blue, buddy, blue. Boom. 3 of Wands. Could be a fire sign. A lot of fire energy up in here. Some of y'all connecting with somebody at the workplace. Got a lot of workplace energy in here. Okay, here we go. Well, looks like you're going to be clearing a little bit of karma with the next person that comes in. Yeah, looks like you got a little bit of karma to clear. A little bit. This doesn't look like a big, prominent karmic contract, though. Not a real big, prominent one. This kind of looks like a little backup karmic contract. Meaning, if you chose to not partake in this, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. It wouldn't be that hard to walk away from. The universe is not going to arrange your life in a way that makes it difficult to walk away from this soul contract. You know, like prominent karmic contracts are very hard to avoid. If you plan like a real prominent soul contract pre-birth, it's like, yo, we doing this in this lifetime. We coming fucking together and we doing this. And your life will arrange itself in a way that makes it extremely difficult to avoid. But this looks like a little backup karmic contract, you know? Like you and your soul family, you know, are planning your life out. And like, hey, you remember that one time 100 lifetimes ago when we accidentally fucked that thing up? Well, hey, since you're going to be here, I'm going to be here. We might cross paths. And if we do, you want to try to see if we can work that out? If we cross paths, we cross paths. If we don't, we don't. No big deal. But you want to, maybe if we accidentally cross paths in this lifetime, you want to see if we can knock this shit out? Okay, cool. Backup contract. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? It's kind of what this feels like. Man, god damn it, it does not look like the two of you are a very good energetic match right now. It don't. Holy shit. Could be a Libra for some of you. Also have Scorpio here. Let me see their feelings, energies, and intentions. Next person coming in for Sagittarius. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Page of Coins. There go that karmic wheel again. There it goes again. This person's very superficial. Could be an earth sign for some of you. Very superficial. All about day money and very insecure as well. I think that's what it is. This seems like the type of person that, you know, you ever met one of them people that's like really, they're insecure deep down on the inside, so they try to cover it up with their things and their money and their car and their clothes, and you know, it's all about materialistic shit. They lead with their money, they lead with their things and shit like that, because on the inside they feel like they're this tall. That's what this feels like. Now, make no mistake about it, I do think they are ready to settle down. But, you know, when you have insecurities like that, so much so that you try to cover it up with your money and your things. Look at the car I drive. Look at the money I make. Look at my shoes. They cost $700. You know, when you try to cover up your insecurities with that shit, you can have the best intentions in the world, but that energy is going to fucking sabotage the shit out of a connection, you know? So, I would say their intentions are good. They're just a fucking mess on the inside, dude. A mess. They're so goddamn lost, they don't even know themselves, you know? Could be a Taurus for some of you. Is that the only one I have here? Yeah, okay. Let's grab the advice on this. Advice. When the next person comes in for Sagittarius, what's the advice? What's the advice? World card reversed. Of course, it's always the same thing. It's always the same thing. Pay attention to the feeling. Pay attention to the energy. And pay attention to how a connection makes you feel. Not how you feel about the person. how just the connection in general makes you feel. How do you feel after you get done talking to this person? How do you feel after you get done hanging out with them or spending time with them? Are you nervous? You know, for whatever reason, does something just not feel right? Something doesn't sit well, you know, for any reason. Okay, you pay attention to that feeling. Don't be afraid to walk away from something that doesn't feel right. Now, again, I know I say this every time. I'm not necessarily saying that you should just boot, scoot, and boogie as soon as you feel one little funny thing. If you want to, that's fine, but at least, you know, give it a little bit of time. Keep the person at an arm's distance for a little bit. See if the energy settles down, you know. But just don't jump in head first. Don't let nobody pressure you into doing something you don't want to do. Don't let nobody manipulate you. And other than that, yeah. Don't let it turn into a sex-based connection. And don't even let it go as far as to popping off into a bunch of drama. Because not only will you all not clear your fucking karma that you already have, but you'll just add more to it. And it'll make the connection that much harder in the next lifetime. What I would do if I was in your place, I'm not saying do this, I don't have the authority to tell you to do this, but what I would do if I was in your place is I would cut that contract. I would focus, if it felt funny, it feels off, something feels weird about it. I've had to do shit like this before. You know? I remember I did this not long before, about 6 months before I met my wife. I did this. I connected with somebody and this person's energy was just all tangled up in my aura. And I spent 6 months clearing that bitch's energy out of my field. I focused on nothing but clearing this bitch's energy out of my aura. I didn't mess with nobody. I didn't fuck with nobody. I went celibate. I said, everybody leave me alone. I got to get this bitch's energy out of my aura. And yeah, sometimes you got to do that, man. Transmute it, release it, clear it out, wipe it out. That can take time. Okay? All right, y'all. Well, I feel like those were the messages that my Sagittarius family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, the information for personal readings is down there in the description. And for those of you who missed the beginning of the video, we got one more day. And my course on the steps to true healing is going bye-bye. One more day. I think it's a very important course. That's why I made it so cheap. I don't know when I'm going to be able to break that thing out again. But yeah, the link's in the description for one more day. All right. All right, I'm out of here, y'all. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey.